Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in for another episode, and I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day to watch my video. If you would, please hit subscribe, like, and share my videos with others so the channel can grow some more. Well, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I've been driving around. There's nobody out, no blasted traffic out on the road or anything. I mean, there's the highway. I mean, there's nobody. It is dead. Anyway, I wanted to do.
Thanks for taking an animal complaint on Mecca.
I wanted to do a quick video on spinnerbait retrieves. Different spinnerbait retrieves. This is a True Faith custom bait spinnerbait. As you can see, it's got a good quality hook on it. That thing is huge. You got room for your trailer and for the fish's mouth. Once you get them on there, there's no letting go. I land just about every fish that I hook on that hook, and also a good wire keeper on the shank there to help keep your plastics up, your trailer up. Another thing, another tip while I'm thinking about it and looking at it, another tip, I always like to have one silver and one gold blade. Doesn't matter if this one's gold and this one's silver, or like this one was gold and this one's silver. I just like having the two different colors on there, especially this time of year. It's at the end of October. The shad is really thick. If you have shad colored, this is a mouse colored spinnerbait with a little bit of white on the bottom. It's not really white, it's kind of a shad scale, a few strands of shad scale, and then along with the mouse color. It imitates a shad really well. But if you have shad imitator, and then along with just all silver blades, everything silver, it's gonna flash just like the sides of the shad. And so that gold flash, this thing spinning and having gold flash, will set this apart from the shad, and they can key in like on the gold flash. Plus I like to use hammered blades. These hammered blades puts off a lot of extra flash, and that will also attract the fish. And anyway, I'm gonna get back on track here before I get down a rabbit hole on other things. I wanted to talk about retrieves for your spinnerbait. The first retrieve I want to talk about is a slow roll. Slow rolling your spinnerbait. You'll throw it out there like in the cold weather months. You throw it up there to the bank or close to the bank, let it go to the bottom, and just start slowly winding it in. Hence the name slow roll. You slowly start winding it in, and you'll be ticking the bottom, hitting the rocks on the bottom, or gravel, whatever you're fishing. And most of the time when I'm fishing slow rolling, I'm using a single Colorado blade, like a number 6 or 7. that single Colorado blade is easier to get to turn, and than like a Colorado or like a willow leaf blade. So I use that single Colorado and just really slowly turn my reel handle just enough to kind of make that blade turn, ticking the bottom, and it'll attract the fish to that thing ticking the bottom, and catch a lot of big bass in the wintertime when the water's cold. Another slow roll technique is like this time of year, a lot of times those fish will be suspended out off the ends of laydowns. They may be 15-20 foot away from the laydown, but they're suspended and they're oriented to the laydown itself, but they may not actually be in it. So what I like to do, I like to throw up there to the bank as far as I can get it up there, work it down the side of that lay down, and work it through the slow roll it through all the limbs and everything. And when you get out to the end of your tree, just keep slowly reeling it and bring it through the bring it out through the end of that lay down, and it'll come out into those suspended bass, and they'll see it come out, and I think it's a shad or bait fish or something coming out of that treetop, and they'll nail it. So that's my slow roll techniques. Another technique, for laydowns and stumps, rock piles, boat docks. Throw it up there, bring it through, say it's a laydown or rock pile or stump, whatever. Bring it up there to it, and as soon as you hit the limb, you can pop it up over the limb or up over the stump or up over a rock and kill it and let it fall. And a lot of times when it pops up, it'll get them attracted, and when it starts falling, they'll nail it. And that's another way, is the fall technique. Whatever cover you're fishing, especially laydowns, is a really good one, because you can make it fall several times. Every time you come up over a limb, let it drop, and reel it, come back up over another limb, let it drop. Also, you may want to pop it over the limb, not just reel it. You may want to get it up there just about to where you're to the limb, just kind of give it a quick snap and let it pop up and over, and then let it fall, and that creates a lot of reaction strikes. And then also you got a yo-yo technique, which is a lot like letting it drop off the limbs. Is you throw it out there, let it go to the bottom, and you just pull it up, and when you pop it up off the bottom, it's going to cause a little cloud to come up, and your blades is going to turn, and then you're going to kill it and let it go back down to the bottom. When you kill it, the skirt's going to flare, and those blades is going to rotate down and get back to the bottom. Rip it up again, it'll come up, and then it'll go back down with the skirt flared, and the blades are turning kind of crazy. And so that's the yo-yo technique. Another technique is burning the spinnerbait. Throw it up there, and I mean, just reel it as fast, or not as fast as you can, but reel it fast, just under the water. You may want to even create just a little bit of a V in the water, and burn it to your target. And when you get to your target, give it either a little bit quicker turn of the handle, or give it a twitch or two with the end of your rod tip, and that's going to make an erratic action. You always want to have some kind of erratic action with your spinnerbait. You don't want to just reel it straight in. You always want to give it some kind of erratic action, like the falling one, or when you bring it over limbs, pop it. When you pop it, it's an erratic action. But as you're burning it, either give it a twitch or give it a quicker turn to the handle, and that's going to speed it up, and it's going to slow it back down. And when he speeds up, that bass is going to, if he's falling, he's going to try to catch up with it when it speeds up. And then when you slow it down, it's going to be right in his face, so he's going to hit it. So always give, even when you're burning it, give it just a little bit of extra erratic action. Make that skirt flare and those blades be erratic, and that'll get you a lot more reaction bites. And another good retrieve is burning. I like to use a Colorado blade for this technique. Sometimes I'll use a double willow leaf, but most time I'm using Colorado. I throw it out there, I'm bringing it, and I let it actually pop the surface. You can get those willow leaf blades popping up out of the water. It look like bait fish jumping up out of the water. But seems like I get more bites using a Colorado blade with this technique. It actually come up and it'll gurgle the top of the water just like a buzz bait. Except it's a lot different sound than a buzz bait. It doesn't have the same clacking, screeching sound as a buzz bait. It's more of a gurgle sound. And sometimes you can do that, make that thing come up there and gurgle the top of the water with a Colorado blade, and they'll just come up there and annihilate that thing. But again, you're creating an erratic retrieve. You're kind of burning it under the water, and then you bring it up in the top of the water and make it look like bait fish jumping out of the water, and then kind of let it go back down under the surface just an inch or so. You'll be creating a wake, and then you'll reel a little faster, and they'll come up, and it'll gurgle again. And that is another excellent way to get a fish to bite in warmer water. Yeah, that technique doesn't work well in colder water. The colder the water, the slower you're going to want to reel it most of the time. And those slow rolling techniques works a lot better in the cooler water. The warmer the water, the quicker you can run it and get those fish to bite. You can get a lot of suspended fish with the spinnerbait, throwing it out there, and if you know the depth that the fish are, you keep it right above them. And especially in the warmer water, they'll come up from 15-20 foot deep to hit your spinnerbait. You can run it 4 or 5 foot deep, 6 foot deep, and they'll come from a long ways to hit that thing. You don't want them, especially this time of year, once they've seen baits all year. You keep it up there high enough above their head that they just see the flash and they think it's shad, and they're going to come up after it. And you give it a quick turn or a twitch of the rod tip, and they're going to think that that shad is trying to get away from them. They're going to come up there and attack it. So anyway, there's a few retrieves for your spinnerbait. I hope this helped you catch some more fish. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop a line below. If you have any baits or any topics that you want me to do a video on, please list those below. And I really appreciate if you'd hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Have a blessed week, and I will see you on the water.